Good morning. Welcome. Lovely to have people here. Thank you for joining me on this damp Wednesday morning. So it'd be lovely if you could drop in the chat, say who's here, say where you're coming in from, and then let's get settled. Let's have a stretch. Let's have a wriggle. Let's find our seat. Get comfortable. Feeling our feet on the earth. Feeling our legs on the chair. You might like to close your eyes, take a soft gaze, and be with your breath. Just take a couple of deep breaths in. And let everything settle with a sigh. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Stretching out anything, bringing any touch, any attention to anything that's held in your body. And inviting and directing your breath there. Breathing into that. Feeling how things feel in your body this morning. What you're aware of. This is your invitation to join me and start well. Start the midweek well. Start our mornings well. By coming and listening to ourselves, to what we need, to what is present. So let's turn our attention inwards. See what is calling us this morning. Dropping out of any busyness in the head, in the mind. Being with the breath. Letting the breath guide us. There is only this inhale and only this exhale. As we land here gently together this morning, tending to exactly what is present, bringing gentleness and kindness. Throughout our time together this morning, I'm going to invite a bit of stillness, and then we'll shortly move into a bit of movement, and then I'll share a bit of energy clearing. So as we go through the practice, if there's anything you'd like more of or less of this week, drop it in the chat and I will weave it into the energy practice. But for now, being with your body, being with your breath. Not trying to change or do anything, just gently, kindly noticing what is present. Allowing each breath to nourish and resource you. Meeting all parts of you on the inhale and inviting anything old and outdated to release on the exhale. There might be something you could do with more of. You might like to breathe that resource in, inviting that in with your breath on the inhale. maybe to be more calm, to be more gentle, to be more centered, more grounded. Whatever you need more of, inviting that in now. Morning, Jackie. Yeah, we are here live. Lovely to have you here. Oh, well, I'm very glad you did. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Settling in to be with whatever is present. Landing together this morning. Being with the inhale. Being with the exhale. Each in-breath resourcing and nourishing you. Each out-breath moving anything old or outdated through and out through your feet into the earth. Drawing it down from the skies. Anything that you need. And expanding in your lungs and out to all corners of your body. Having a bit of a shake, moving that through, a bit of a stretch. And then I'm going to invite a bit of tapping. Just tapping lightly under the eyes. Allowing this point on the meridians to help you connect in and center. Using your breath to connect in, feeling your feet on the earth to really ground and come present here. Coming into the collarbones, tapping here into the kidney meridian, releasing any deliberation, any uncertainty. Allowing that to move through. Coming to that point of clarity, inviting connection with your deep knowing, your wisdom. Coming to the thymus, just above the heart, tapping or rubbing or thumping here, invigorating our life force, waking us up and charging us up for the day ahead. Tuning in. And then to the spleen point under the arms, tapping or rubbing here, inviting our systems metabolizing to really activate, to really charge up. Metabolizing what we've ingested from our food and drink and from the air through our skin, but also emotionally and energetically. anything old, anything toxic, helping and supporting that to move through. Okay, I'm going to stand up and you might like to join me for a bit of movement, feeling into what feels good for you. So let's have a bit of a shake. Just allowing your body to move in whatever way it wants to, whatever way feels good this morning. No right or wrong. Just inviting the shaking to come from your body, inviting your mind to quieten and handing over to the wisdom that lives inside, moving it all through. Shaking, moving, allowing it to release and bring your conscious awareness to your body this morning. Which places would like some movement? Which places would like some attention? What's being held here and what's ready to move through? We can be so conscious of how we move. So just really allowing, handing over to the body, letting it do what it knows how to do. Shaking, stretching it out. Bringing any sounds, any sighs as we release what is held there. You might like to move into some unwinding. Feeling into maybe a big yawn and a big stretch, following the impulse to move. Seeing which parts of you want stretching out this morning. Maybe inviting some spiral movements, slow and gentle, working with your body. Really listening to what stretches, what movements might feel nice this morning. Being with your body, noticing what's held there and how it wants to move. And in the later part of the session, I'm going to invite you to join me in a bit of energy clearing. So if there's anything you want more of, anything you want less of, just inviting you to drop that in the chat and I'll weave that into the practice. But feeling into the movements, what feels nice, stretching it through. Okay. I'm gonna take a seat and bring some energy clearing. So I'm gonna bring a bit of tapping from EFT, tapping on the karate chop, either side. And I'm going to offer some words. And if my words fit, you might like to repeat them. Or if not, you might like to change them to fit for you. Even though there's a lot of heaviness around, There's a lot of hard things happening in the world, and it can leave me scared, anxious, angry, and feeling powerless. I deeply and totally love and accept myself. Even though it's hard to stay on center and honor and tend to me when there's so much going on around me, I'm working hard to listen deeply to my needs and to tend to myself first so that I can be my best, brightest, most supportive self. Even though things feel heavy at times and I can get drawn into the worries and the fears, I'm working hard to come back to my center, tend to myself, and be gentle, being in the present and taking one step at a time. And I ask for help with this now. Tapping on the top of the head, all the heaviness that takes me off center. Inside corner of the eye, all the heaviness that leaves me worried and anxious. Outside corner of the eye, feeling wobbly and unstable. Under the eye, all of the conflict, the hostility, and the fear. Under the nose, anything that takes me off my center. The chin, anything that leaves me worried or doubting. Collarbones. Everything I'm carrying that doesn't belong to me. I'm going to offer and ask and receive. This is from Sandy Radomski's work. Can I invite you to repeat? There's a part of my being that already knows. How to listen inwards and tend to my needs. How to resource myself through all that is going on. And show up from my center. This part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. It is doing so now with grace and ease. My mind, body, and spirit are receiving this information now. It is done. I know how to come back to my center and how to navigate all that I am going through. how to tend to myself and show up in this moment. Breathe that in. Feel the energy of that nourish and resource you. Allow that to expand, fill you up. The fingers of one hand at the forehead and the other hand at the belly button. Allowing all that we've done together this morning to settle, to integrate. The fingers at the pubic bone, up the central channel, locking that in today. Thank you for joining me. Wishing you gentleness this week. Hoping you can find moments to really get what you need. Hoping you can take time between things today to connect into the earth, to stretch and move your body. I'll be here next Wednesday. Thank you, Jack. Love to you. Love to everyone. Take care. All the best.